The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2 present Viking Preview with a look at today's Colfax Viking football game. And now, Viking Preview.
Good evening and welcome to Viking Preview. Rick Olson here in the NLWN 2 studio, and we're ready to bring you another Colfax Viking football game as tonight the 0-4 Vikings, who are 0-2 in the Dun St. Croix Conference, will take on the likewise 0-4 Elmwood Plum City Wolves, who are also 0-2 in the Dun St. Croix from Plum City High School. Now, the Vikings are looking to eliminate mistakes and find their way into the winning column, while the Wolves also look to notch a game into the winning column. Coming up in this edition of Viking Preview, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Colfax Vikings and the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. Then we'll get Coach Baranik's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll take a quick look around the Dun St. Croix Conference to see where things stand. And then our broadcast crew will bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's contest from Plum City High School. All that coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking Preview on NLWN 2.
Yo, camping buddy.
Boom.
Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Welcome back to Viking Preview. Tonight, the Vikings will take on the Dun St. Croix Conference foe, the Elmwood Plum City Wolves from Plum City High School. The Vikings are looking to find a way to minimize mistakes and play a complete game in order to land in the winning column, while the Wolves are also looking to notch a win following their 44-14 loss at the hands of the Boyceville Bulldogs last Friday. In the Vikings' loss last week to the Turtle Lake Lakers, the Vikings just couldn't seem to sustain drives, and just when it looked like they were going to get back into the game, they'd find a way to shoot themselves in the foot, so to speak. After falling behind 13-0, the Vikings drove the ball down the field and capped off the drive with an 11-yard run around the left end by Theo Hovde.
Peterson giving it to Hovde, going around the left side, turns the corner into the end zone for a touchdown. Theo Hovde from 11 yards out puts the Vikings on the board.
Now, leading the way on the ground for the Vikings was Grant Paulus, who picked up 55 yards on 11 carries. Through the air, the Vikings quarterback Austin Peterson went 4 for 11 for 74 yards with 3 interceptions. Peterson's leading receiver was Hovde with 3 catches for 64 yards. On defense, the Vikings tried to be opportunistic, like this fumble recovery by Orion Nichols.
Oh no, Job went in motion. Give to Job, going to the right side. He drops the ball, and the Vikings have fallen on it.
Number 10. Ryan Nichols picked it up.
Now, leading the way on the defense for the Vikings was Hovde with 10 tackles, along with Drew Beekner, Grant Paulus, and Liam Schotter with 5 each. Last week, the Wolves were defeated by the Boyceville Bulldogs 44-14. In that game, the Wolves were led on the ground by sophomore running back Logan Auth, who carried the ball 8 times for 53 yards and a touchdown. Through the air, the Wolves were led by senior quarterback Dylan Zeilinger, who went 3 for 6 for 73 yards and a touchdown, with Auth receiving the touchdown. Defensively, the Wolves were also led by Auth with 6 tackles. He was followed by senior Landon Bankston, junior Owen Kober, and sophomore Tegan Bauer with 4 tackles each. Now, on the season, Auth leads the Wolves defensively with 31 tackles and is followed by Zillinger with 24. On the ground, Elmwood Plum City is being led by Kober with 283 yards on 49 carries for an average of just under 6 yards per carry. Zillinger is 12 for 24 through the air for 271 yards and 4 touchdowns for a quarterback rating of 95.7. Auth is the leading receiver for the Wolves with 4 catches for 124 yards and 2 touchdowns. For the Vikings so far this season, leading the way on the ground is Grant Paulus with 150 yards on 38 carries for an average of nearly 4 yards per carry. He's followed by Theo Hovde with 85 yards on 11 carries. Through the air, the Viking quarterbacks have combined for 8 for 29 for 154 yards, along with 5 interceptions. The leading receiver for the Vikings has been Orion Nichols with 5 catches for 95 yards. Nichols is followed by Theo Hovde with 3 catches for 64 yards. On defense, the Vikings are being led by Drew Buechner with 17 tackles, followed by Hovde with 15, along with Nichols and Zach Learmo, who each have 14. Now, coming up next, I caught up with Coach Joe Baranek at practice a little earlier this weekend. We'll get his perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Then Dan and I will bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's conference matchup. All that coming up right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking Preview on NLWN 2.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Time now for Coach's Corner, with a look at today's Viking football game from the coach's point of view. Now, Coach's Corner.
Once again, we're talking with Viking head coach Joe Baranek. And Coach, tonight, the Vikings will once again try to get onto the winning track when they face the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. But before we talk about that game, let's look back at last week when the Vikings dropped a 40-7 decision to the Turtle Lake Lakers. What can you tell us about that game?
Yeah, there were moments and flashes where we played really well. There was also moments and flashes where we really shot ourselves in the foot. So some of you wish you could get back, and ultimately that's kind of the sign of a young team, I think, when you're making some of those mental errors, you're beating yourself. So some of those things will get cleaned up with experience. Other things will hopefully get cleaned up in practice this week.
You just stole the phrase that I was going to use, because in that game it did seem like every time the Vikings were getting ready to get back into the game, they'd shoot themselves in the foot, be it a penalty or a turnover. In fact, you lost the turnover battle 5-2. Your comments about all that?
Yeah, like I said, just things that we need to focus on and really kind of press with the young kids this week is kind of knowing that if we have the ball at the end of the possession, we're in good shape. So really kind of harping on that, and they understand kind of where we're coming from with that. I think it's just putting it now into practice is going to be something that's big for us.
Now, the Viking underclassmen, of which there are many this year, not only play on Fridays, but also on Mondays in the junior varsity game. And last Monday, they found a way into the winning column with a 29-0 win over the Turtle Lake Junior Varsity. Now, this has got to provide a lot of optimism for the future of the Viking program.
Correct, yeah, absolutely. When your roster is made up of mostly freshmen and sophomores, ultimately you're going to have some guys playing double duty, and I think coaches around kind of the league understand that. We're not alone in that situation. So any reps that we can get them are good reps, and we had a really good day this past Monday over in Turtle Lake. So really proud of their effort and they played as a team. Hopefully, again, carries us through into Friday here.
And tonight, of course, you're taking on the Elmwood Plum City Wolves, and that's a team struggling similarly to the Vikings. What can you tell us about the Wolves?
Yeah, similarly, kind of young, maybe inexperienced in some spots, but still well coached, I think, over there in Elmwood Plum City. So overall, again, it's just playing our game, playing within our bounds, and fixing our mistakes more so than focusing on what our opponent does. So that, again, that's going to be kind of key for us this week, getting ready to go.
As you mentioned, the Wolves are pretty young. They appear to be led by a sophomore, Logan Auth, who leads in receiving and tackling and is second in rushing. What can the Vikings do with a multi-talented player like that?
Really just kind of key in on him, right? Kind of know where he is on the field at all times, not let him get lost in kind of the backfield, make sure we're reading our keys defensively. Offensively, again, it's just kind of holding on to the football and then kind of the special teams end of things, hopefully make a play or two, kind of swing the momentum our way.
Well, thank you, Coach Bronick, for joining us today on Coach's Corner. Good luck in tonight's game, and maybe this week the Vikings can find a way into that winning column.
Yeah, we sure hope so. Thanks, Rick.
And coming up next, we'll have more Viking Preview.
You have been tuned to Coach's Corner with a look at today's Colfax Viking game from the coach's point of view. Stay tuned. More Viking Preview is coming right up.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/act now.
Welcome back to Viking Preview. Tonight we have the Vikings taking on the Elmwood Plum City Wolves as each team attempts to pick up their first win of the season in the Dun St. Croix Conference. So taking a quick look around the Dun St. Croix Conference, last week, in addition to the Vikings dropping a 40-7 loss to the Turtle Lake Lakers, the Boyceville Bulldogs defeated the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 44-14, and the Clear Lake Warriors were blanked by the Spring Valley Cardinals 33-0. In addition, it was the Grantsburg Pirates knocking off the Glenwood City Hilltoppers 38-14 in the Dun St. Croix Lakeland Conference crossover game. Now that leaves the Dun St. Croix Conference standings as follows. In a two-way tie for first place are the Boyceville Bulldogs and the Spring Valley Cardinals, each with 2-0 records. Tied for third place with 1-1 records are the Glenwood City Hilltoppers and the Turtle Lake Lakers, both one game out of the lead. In a three-way tie for fifth place at 0-2 and 2 games back are the Clear Lake Warriors, the Colfax Vikings, and the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. Now, tonight, the Dun St. Croix Conference continues conference play. In addition to the Vikings taking on the Elmwood Plum City Wolves in Plum City, the Turtle Lake Lakers will host the Spring Valley Cardinals, and the Boyceville Bulldogs will travel to Glenwood City to take on the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. In this week's crossover game, the Clear Lake Warriors will play host to the Ladysmith Lumberjacks. Tonight, the Vikings need to stop shooting themselves in the foot just when they appear to be making progress. Now, this week's matchup appears to be a pretty good one for the Vikings, as the Wolves are a young team as well. The Wolves have 8 seniors listed on their 30-man roster, and 17 of those 30 are freshmen and sophomores. This all adds up to some exciting high school football action right here on NLWN2. So in just a few moments, we'll send it out to our broadcast crew at Plum City High School, and we'll have all the play-by-play action for you coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Preview on NLWN2.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
You have been tuned to Viking Preview on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking football.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2 along with Colfax High School now bring you Colfax Viking football. Follow the Vikings all season long as they battle their way through the Gun St. Croix Conference. Now it's out to the stadium for Colfax Viking football.
And good evening and welcome to Plum City High School, where tonight the Colfax Vikings are going to take on the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. Rick Olson with you along with Dan Petchow, and we're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's game. Just a moment, we're going to have the national anthem and so on, so let me fill you in the officials for tonight's game. Referee is Randy Johnson. The head linesman is Dan Camel. Then the umpire, Todd Prizzle. Line judge, Brian Ingley. And the back judge is John Rohde. Elmwood Plum City Wolves won the toss and chose to receive. The Vikings will be kicking off and going from left to right on your screen. We have a color guard for today's national anthem, and that will be from the American Legion Post 365 in Plum City. And singing the national anthem today will be the EPC Concert Choir, and hopefully our microphone will be able to pick them up. That was the Elmwood Plum City Concert Choir, and I'm sorry that our microphone didn't pick it up real well. But from what I could hear, they sounded really good. And the color guard is now leaving. And we will turn it over to the public address announcer as he will present the starting lineups for tonight's game. And both teams were announced as a team. And as we mentioned to you, the Vikings will be kicking off and going from left to right. Vikings 0-4, 0-2 in the Dun St. Croix, as are the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. And the Vikings feel like they have a pretty good matchup in tonight's game. But, you know, the game is not played on paper, it's played on turf. And natural turf this time.
Yeah, I think if Colfax defense keeps the Plum City offense kind of inside, make them come up the middle, I think they'll have a pretty good chance at staying in this game.
The EPC Wolves are run-oriented, and their rushing leader is Owen Kobar, and he has 283 yards on 49 attempts for a 5.8 yard per attempt average. And then Logan Auth is right behind him with 199 yards on the season. Dylan Zeilinger is the quarterback for the EPC Wolves. Back deep to receive for the Wolves is Owen Kobar and Sean Sagini. And teeing up the ball for the Vikings is Austin Coates. Well, I take that back. Drew Beekner tees the ball up. We don't know who's going to kick it. They did this last week as well. There's the whistle. Beekner approaches, and he works the onside kick, and Beekner falls on it. And the Vikings have recovered an onside kick to open the game.
Yeah, special teams has been really good this year. This is something new tonight, and it worked out.
Beekner was working on that before the game right down in front of us, and I was noticing he was right there as soon as the ball crossed the 10-yard, and that's where he got it, 2 yards past where it had to go. So they are on the 48-yard line of the EPC Wolves. Vikings come up to the line of scrimmage. Austin Peterson at quarterback. He's in the pistol. He adjusts the lineup. Hovde goes into the backfield. Beekner goes up to the wing. And we have a whistle. and it's going to be offside against Elmwood Plum City. That's going to move it down to the 43-yard line and be a 1st and 5.
That good field position right away. The Colfax.
I think it may have been the defensive end on the near side. That was Levi Beekall. There's a snap, gives straight up the middle, and powering his way is Grant Paulus down to around the 40-yard line. They're going to make it on the 41, gain of 2. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 3. Nichols is split wide to the right. Austin Johnson out wide to the left. Beekner goes in motion, gives straight up, give it to Hovde, and he broke into the open and got down across the 30-yard line. They're going to mark it on the 29-yard line. 1st down, Vikings.
Yeah, good play there.
They had me fooled.
Yeah, me too. I had the camera. Sorry about the camera work there. I kind of went back and forth trying to find it.
Vikings up to the line again, 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. 2 setbacks. Now they shift. Hovde goes to the wing. Beekner into the backfield. Give to Beekner coming around the right side. He gets the corner. We have a flag coming in, and Beekner dances his way into the end zone, but I think that's going to be a holding call on the Vikings. And if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be on Brady Elmer, because the coaches came out right away and were correcting him on what he's got to do. And so they've got a holding call against the Vikings. By the way, Brady Elmer will be our Viking profile today at halftime. So we're back to the 39-yard line, 1st and 20 for the Vikings. Peterson with it, looking downfield, throws over the middle. He's got Nichols at the 29-yard line and powers his way forward to about the 27-yard line. I think they're going to mark it on the 28. Actually, they marked it right on the 29. Anyway, that was back at the original line of scrimmage, so it's 2nd and 10.
The Plum City was in zone, and he just did a little hook there and was wide open.
He found the empty spot in that zone. Austin Johnson out to the left, Nichols to the right. Snap, give to Paulus. Tries up the middle, got hit at the line of scrimmage and thrown back.
Tackle by big number 79, Brett Kopp. We were talking about him earlier for Plum City, for the Wolves.
That's a loss of about 3 yards. 3rd and 13. Hovde in the slot on the right side. Snap to Peterson, drops straight back, looks downfield. He's got Nichols, went up and got it! Orion Nichols with it, no flags on the play, and he's down at around the 15-yard line. Should be a 1st down for the Vikings.
Yeah, big tall Orion Nichols, good hands there.
Nice pass that time by Peterson. 1st and 10 at the 15. Vikings on the opening drive. They're now in the red zone. Peterson pitches to Hovde. He avoids one tackle. He heads into the end zone for a Viking touchdown, maybe. No, they're going to mark him just shy. Vikings were signaling touchdown, but the official said, nope, not quite. Just shy of the goal line. Less than a yard to go. First and goal for the Vikings. Again, Nichols out wide to the right. Johnson to the left. Give to Paulus, driving straight ahead. This time he's in the end zone. Touchdown Vikings. And give the Vikings their first lead of the season.
Yeah, good series there by the Vikings, you know, with the kind of option plays. I mean, we had option, we had little hooks, we had run plays.
So to attempt the extra point is Coates. His kick is up, and it's no good. It went wide to the left. So with 8:13 remaining in the first quarter, it's the Vikings 6 and the EPC Wolves nothing on NLWN 2.
For a team approach to managing your finances, with over 70 years of experience and 12 locations, Dairy State Bank has built a reputation for helpful customer service and support. While our service ethic is old-fashioned, our products and services are not. We offer a full range of loan programs as well as online banking, mobile deposit, and transaction alerts to fit your busy lifestyle. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Elmo's daddy taught him that when he has a big feeling like being frustrated, humming a song can help you feel better. We all have big feelings, and we are all here for one another. Love your mind.
Back here at Plum City High School, where the Vikings have just taken a 6-0 lead over the EPC Wolves. And getting ready to kick off for the second time. And this time they kick it away. Gets grabbed by Bauer, and Bauer gets hauled down off the skin of the infield there. This is just off the edge of the softball diamond, this football field is. And he got it out as far as the 36-yard line, so it'll be first down.
Yeah, now Colfax's defense has got a hold in here. Trying to give up any big plays.
Wolves come up to the line. Under center is Zeilinger. And a bad snap. If Zeilinger picked it up and went straight ahead, we have a flag coming in. And I think it's going to be a holding call. I think it's going to be on Fetzer for the Wolves. Basically.
Personal foul.
Oh, it's a personal foul against the Vikings. Zeilinger gained about 3 on the carry, but they're going to add another 15 onto that. So it's going to be first down for the EPC Wolves at the Viking 46-yard line. Wolves come up to the line of scrimmage. Split to the near side is Manor. He's the only wide out. Give off the left side, right side. Ball goes loose, and I think it got recovered by the Wolves at the Viking 38-yard line.
Yeah, number 58 picked it up.
That was Tice Theory, former Colfax player. Most of these guys know Tice. Most of the Vikings do. He's been over here in Plum City for a couple of years now. Wolves up to the line of scrimmage. And give off the left side this time, and he got just about the first down. It's going to be really close. This is off on the carry. And they're saying first down. The officials say move the sticks. 7:24 remaining in the first quarter. Vikings on top, 6-0. Wolves come up to the line. Again, Manor split out to the near side. Pitch going around the right end, and the Vikings have that one hemmed in, and down he goes. Back around the 41-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 5. That's Owen Kober.
Number 2 on the tackle for Colfax.
That was Theo Hovde on the tackle. Second down, 15 yards to go. Now they have 2 receivers split out. Zeilinger keeps it himself, gets the pass out to Kobar on the right side, and he goes out of bounds with it. They're marking him out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. Third down and 11. Wolves up to the line. I formation now. They put a man in motion. Zeilinger looking, and we got a hold happening in the backfield, and the officials saw it. Zeilinger chased out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Some of the Viking pursuit of Zeilinger ended up getting tackled in the backfield.
Yeah, it was kind of a busted play there. And
yeah, it looked like he turned one way and the play went the other. This is a tough decision for the Vikings. It would be 4th and 9 or 3rd and 16. They're going to take the penalty. They're back at the 47-yard line. 3rd down, 17. Wolves up to the line. Brewer Link is on a wing on the near side. And the give to Link going around, and the Vikings were not fooled by that at all. He gained maybe 2 yards.
Yeah,
it's going to be 4th and 14.
Yeah, it was kind of a slow developing play there, and gave Colfax time to get there.
It was an inside handoff to the wingback. That was Bauer, and the Vikings got good penetration that time, which is a great way to bust that play up. Bauer split to the near side now, as they're in punt formation, and the kick, nice kick. It's going to hit at the 15, and it takes a Viking roll out to the 19-yard line, where the Vikings will have it first down. As you're tuned to Viking football on NLWN 2.
It's getting to that time of year again. Time for the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV to present our Halloween Spooktacular 2024. Join us at 7 p.m. on Halloween night by the light of the Jack-o'-lantern as we bring you some of the best in Halloween-themed old-time radio programs, including The Jack Benny Show and the Halloween Masquerade Party, Dragnet, and the episode entitled The Werewolf, The Lives of Harry Lime starring Orson Welles, and Suspense with The Bride Vanishes.
We'll fill you in more on that later because the Vikings are at the line of scrimmage. At their own 19-yard line, Hovde shifts into the backfield, beating her up to the wing. Give to Paulus. He drives forward to about the 24-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 5. Second down, 5.
Yeah, nothing fancy there. Just off the left tackle and picked up a couple yards.
Vikings come up to the line. Nichols to the near side. Johnson out to the far side. Peterson waiting for the snap. He gets it, gives it straight up the middle to Paulus, and Paulus got about a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Vikings.
Brett Kopp on the tackle for the Wolves.
He's a hard one to miss when he's makes the tackle. He's
Yeah,
probably the biggest guy out on the field.
6'3", 320, junior.
That's what they say. I would bet that there are some collegiate institutions that might be interested in him in a couple of years. Peterson waiting for the ball. Pass coming out to the flat. It's intercepted and taken down at the 20-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle that time by Theo Hovde. Pass was intercepted by Zillinger.
Yeah, I think it was tipped at the line.
Well, Peterson was in a lot of pressure, had a lot of black jerseys in his face. So the Wolves have it 1st and 10. They're going to mark it on the 21-yard line of the Vikings. 3:56 remaining in the first quarter. Wolves up to the line. And the give and taken down after a gain of about 3 with Kober. And he's marked down at the 18-yard line. Second down, 7. Wolves at the line. Kober and Auth in the backfield. This time it's a give to Auth, trying the left side. Good collision right there at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, tackled by number 42 for Colfax.
Liam Schotter. They gave him a yard on the carry, so it's 3rd and 5. Wolves come up to the line. Manor split to the near side. Bauer to the far side. Give, quick hitter straight up the middle. Kober on the carry, or check that was off on the carry, and he got maybe 2. They've got it marked on the 11 or 16. So 4th down and about 4. Vikings on top, 6-0, trying to preserve that lead. Manor and Link split out wide to the right. Sagini to the near side, and the quick toss to Kober, and he did not get the first down. Vikings put the stop, and it's going to be 1st down Vikings.
At number 5 and number 42 for Colfax. Schotter and
Austin Coates.
Coates on the tackle.
So a turnover on downs by the Viking defense. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 14. Minute 55 remaining in the quarter. There's a snap. Give off the right side. We had a fumble, and it's recovered by the Wolves.
That big hit there by 51.
Paulus couldn't hang on to the ball, and the ball goes over to the Wolves. That's the second turnover by the Vikings. So 1st and 10 at the 12. Wolves up to the line of scrimmage. Give to off the right side, and he gained a few, not a lot. They're going to mark him down at about the 6. So it's going to be a gain of about 5. 2nd and 5. He actually had a pretty good hole on the right side that time.
Yeah, the linebacker and the safeties had to come down and clean it up.
Wolves up to the line. Zillinger keeps it himself and got back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Zach Learmo on the tackle. Well, they're going to say he got a yard, so it's 3rd and 4.
That'll be the last play of the quarter.
This next one will be. Manor split to the near side. And a flag comes in. Delay of game is being called against the EPC Wolves. So that's going to make it 3rd and 9. Back at the 10-yard line, or 11-yard line. They send 2 receivers out both sides. Slots on both sides. Kober goes in motion. Dillinger looking out in the flat and overthrew his target, incomplete. And that will do it for the first quarter. Score at the end of the first quarter, Vikings 6 and the EPC Wolves nothing, as you're tuned to Viking football on NLWN 2.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on NLWN 2. Coming up on Friday, September 27th, the Colfax Vikings will take on the Glenwood City Hilltoppers at Colfax High School. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, September 27th on NLWN 2.
Getting ready to start the second quarter back here at Plum City High School. Vikings on top of the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 6-0. Wolves threatening, but it's 4th and 9 from the 11-yard line. Zillinger under center, drops back, looks over the middle, and he caught it. Is it enough for a first down?
No, I don't think he is.
Yes, they're saying first down.
Oh, first down. Okay.
So, first and goal for the Wolves. And I'm trying to see what yard line they're on. It looks like the 1 or 2. Wolves come up to the line of scrimmage. And they give to Oth, straight up the middle, and he got into the end zone for an EPC touchdown.
Yeah, just power football there, right off the A-gap.
Logan Oth, the sophomore, 6 foot, 190 pounds. So they're going to attempt an extra point here. It's going to be a 2-point attempt. Zillinger ducks under center. Takes a snap. Gives to Oth again. And he got into the end zone. So, with 11:20 to go in the first half, the score is now the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 8 and the Vikings 6, as you're tuned to Viking football on NLWN 2.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason. Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
To get your lawn or garden to perform at attracting what you want, you first need to know what your soil is working with. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, serving Western Wisconsin.
Victor Placinda has the ball teed up for the Wolves. Hovde and Beekner are back deep for the Vikings. He approaches the ball and kicks it. It's picked up by Hovde. And he finds some room, and Hovde gets it out across the 40 to about the 42 or 43 yard line. And I'll be honest with you, Dan, he was about one step from going the distance.
Yeah, I don't know, a little confusion there, and I think even the confusion by Colfax kind of made the Wolves kind of confused on who's going to get the ball, and all of a sudden there was a gap.
It got touched by Paulus, and then Hovde picked it up and found a little bit of a hole. Got it out beyond the 40 to the 43-yard line is where they have it spotted. So Vikings up to the line of scrimmage. Out to the left is Johnson. Beekner in the backfield. Hovde slot right. Give to Paulus. No, pitch out to Beekner on the left side, and he got it out to the 45-yard line. It's going to be a gain of a couple. Second down 8.
Yeah, not much there for Colfax.
They've got it out beyond the 45. In fact, the nose of the ball is just tickling the 46. Nickel splitting out wide to the left, or to the right. It'd help if I knew my left from my right. Peterson gives it to Paulus, and he got met at the line of scrimmage. In fact, may have lost a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 8.
Paulus comes up a little shaky.
Paulus is running a lot of those straight up and down. Johnson splitting out wide to the left. Nichols to the right. Paulus, the tailback. Peterson was rolling to his left, or to his right, and got taken down in the backfield, chased down from behind.
Yeah, and this will be a first down for Colfax.
And a penalty marker.
I would guess it's roughing the passer.
No, I think it's a face mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he never threw the ball, so it couldn't be roughing the passer. It's not an automatic first down, I believe.
It's not.
And where it happened, it was far enough back. Now the sticks are moving, but they shouldn't be. Ball's at the 50. 3rd down and 3. Peterson gives it straight up the middle of Paulus. He gets it across the 50 to about the 49. This is going to be about a yard shy of the first down. Fourth down and a long yard. Scoreboard says 3, but it's not even close to 3. And I think the Vikings are going to send the punting team out. They made a late decision. Austin Coates back in punt formation. Dropping back for the Wolves is Link. And the Vikings want to talk it over. So while they take a timeout, we'll take one too as you're tuned to Viking football on NLWN 2.
Menominee Eye and Optical can help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract or LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eyewear for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality personalized care for you and your family.
Back here at Plum City, 4th down and a long yard for the Vikings. And they're in punt formation. Again, Brewer Link is dropping back deep for the Wolves. Austin Coates in punt formation for the Vikings. The snap. Coates gets it away. Decent kick. Ball's loose on the ground, and it goes out of bounds. Went out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. And that's where the Wolves will take over, 1st and 10.
Yeah, they got to keep, Colfax has to keep this all inside. Wolves have tried to run outside, and Colfax has stopped them so far.
And they've got to make sure they don't shoot themselves in the foot with a penalty or something. Wolves up to the line of scrimmage. And the give to Oth, straight up the middle. And he got a gain of 8 on the carry out to the 38-yard line.
72 on the bottom pile for Colfax.
That would be Grant Cook. Well, they're going to mark it at the 37-yard line, so it's a gain of 7. Second down, 3. Again, Manor split to the near side. Zillinger takes it and gives it to Kober straight up off the left side this time. Got near the first down, but not quite there. He's going to be about a yard shy. Third down and a yard.
Yeah, this is where you want to bunch, get everybody, all 9 in the box. And
but you don't want to show it too early or he'll pull out of the play. And
Right.
Manor split to the left side this time. Give straight up the middle. Off, he found a hole. He lost the ball, but he fell back on it at the 48-yard line of the Vikings. It'll be first, or check that, of the Wolves. It'll be first down there.
Ooh, that was Colson.
Yeah, he was only about a step away from going the distance. I tell you, Dan, the things that go on at football games, we got a group of girls playing volleyball over here in the softball field. We have little kids in the dark over here playing football.
We got people sitting on the street watching the game.
Wolves up to the line of scrimmage. And Kober gained about a yard, if that. Second down, 9. Under 6 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Wolves leading 8-6. Slots on both sides for the Wolves. Looked like he wanted to give it to Oth, and Oth didn't come up to take it. And Zillinger then tucked it under himself and kept it for a gain of maybe 2. And they've got it at about the 48-yard line of the Vikings, and timeout on the field. So with a timeout on the field, 5:20 to go, it's the Wolves 8 and the Vikings 6 on NLWN 2.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Yeah, I was just telling Dan that I smoked up some ribs the other day, and they were absolutely fabulous. So it wasn't the steaks that were high. It was rib-sticking food.
Oh, man, that smoker that you have makes
it can do stuff.
Yeah.
So third down and about 7 or 6, something like that. Wolves at the line. Zillinger looking out in the flat. He's got his man. That's Oth. Oth gets taken down at the 40, and that's going to be enough for a first down.
Hit by number 5 for Colfax.
That's Austin Coates. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolves at the just outside the 40-yard line. In fact, they've got it marked on the 41. Wolves up to the line. Zillinger waiting for the snap. Give to Oth up the right side, and he got met by Hovde, and Oth used his size difference to move Hovde down the field a little bit. Taken down at the 32-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, Hovde had his hands in there trying to strip it, and he wouldn't give it up.
Grant Cook into the lineup for the Vikings. In for Mason Hart. Wolves up to the line. They have wide receivers both ways again. Dropping back is Zillinger, looking downfield. Keeps it himself and got hit hard right at about the 25-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like it's going to be about the 27-yard line. Should be enough for 1st down.
Yeah, Paulus was right on his heels, and he got sandwiched there.
Make it the 28-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Wolves. Viking defense has come oh so close on a couple of loose balls. But that funny shaped ball just hasn't bounced their way yet. Wolves at the line, and flag comes flying in, and delay of game is being called against the Wolves. That's going to make it 1st and 15. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the first half. The Elmwood Plum City Wolves 8, Vikings 6. Ball's back on the 33. Wolves up to the line. Manor out to the left. Give to Oth off the right side. He gets it across the 30 down to about the 28-yard line.
Bottom of the pile, number 65 for Colfax.
That's Sam Ralph. So it's 2nd and 10. At the 28. Manor out to the left. Give to Colber, trying the right side. He got met right near the line of scrimmage. He may have gotten a yard. Ryan Nichols in on that tackle, along with Theo Hovde. Andrew Beekner. Got a yard, 3rd and 9.
This quarter's moving along, 2 minutes left already.
That's what happens when the teams run the ball. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, Brady Elmer will be our Viking profile. Wolves at the line, give to Oth straight up the middle, drags a couple bodies forward across the 25 down to about the 22-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th and 4. Line to gain would be the 18-yard line, and they're on the 22. Manor splits to the right side this time. Zeilinger, ball's loose on the ground. Zeilinger picks it up. Went forward, got to about the 20. You know what that reminded me of there, Dan, was the old Fumble-Rooski. John Madden would be proud of him for doing that one.
Whatever it takes, I guess.
So it's going to bring up 4th down. Or check it, that was a 4th down play. The Vikings have the ball. 1st and 10 at the 20. Minute to go. Low snap, but give off. Coming around the right side and getting it out across the 20.
Yeah, beating her on the carry for Colfax. Not much there, though. Although
he got about a yard.
It wasn't the best handoff.
That was a low snap to start with. About 30 seconds remaining in the half. Vikings at the line. They run the sweep coming this way with Hovde, and he got hit hard right near the line of scrimmage. He made one cut, got a man to miss, and then got broadsided. Right near the line of scrimmage. It was Oth that made the tackle. And that's going to take us to halftime. So the score at halftime is the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 8 and the Vikings 6. Make sure you stay tuned for Viking Profile on NLWN 2.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Time now for Viking Halftime with this week's Viking Profile and other halftime entertainment. Time now for Viking Profile, where we get to know one of this season's Colfax Viking players. And now Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're talking with Brady Elmer, who is a senior here at Colfax High School. And Brady, we know that you play football, but are there other activities that you're involved with at school?
I do baseball, and that's powerlifting as well.
Okay, very good. When did you start playing football, and what kind of an experience has that been?
I started flag football in elementary school. It's been a pretty good experience. Past couple of years haven't been great, but
okay.
Been good, yeah.
What's the most important thing that you've learned playing football?
Work hard, don't give up. You gotta be coachable. You gotta.
So in other words, you gotta listen and
yeah.
Okay. All right. So when you're not playing football, you're not at school, what are some other things that keep you busy or occupied?
I like hunting, fishing, hanging out with my friends, family.
Okay, very good. All right, here's the questions you know are coming. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Ice cream.
What flavor?
Chocolate chip, or just chocolate.
Okay, chocolate or chocolate chip.
Yeah,
okay, or maybe one of those chocolate chip ones.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
All right, burgers, brats, or hot dogs?
Burgers.
What do you want on that burger?
Just cheese.
Just cheese. No ketchup, no mustard, just cheese.
Just cheese.
Okay, that's kind of a Wisconsin burger, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
very good. Favorite NFL team?
Packers.
All right, favorite collegiate team?
Badgers.
All right, right out of Wisconsin, just like the burger.
Yeah.
Okay, if you had a superpower, what do you think that would be and why?
Probably super strength. Just O-line, you know what I mean? You gotta
move those bodies out of the way.
You gotta be strong,
okay.
yeah.
All right, now if you have super strength as a superpower, you gotta have a superhero name to go with it. So what is your superhero name?
The Big B.
The Big B for Big Brady.
Yep.
All right.
Yep,
very good. Now, if you could sit down and have dinner with any football personality from any time in the history of football, who would that be and why?
Probably Luke Kuechly, just because he has so much knowledge for the game and everything like that. I kind of, yeah.
Okay, all right. We're talking with Brady Elmer today on Viking Profile. And Brady, what are your plans for after high school?
I could probably go to college, maybe a tech school type of thing. I was looking maybe law enforcement, stuff like that.
Very good. How about a shout out to the family?
Shout out mom, dad, girlfriend, grandparents.
Okay, that covers most of them anyway. So when people come to Viking games, what number are you going to be wearing and what position do you play?
I'm number 50 and I'm right tackle and left D end.
Very good. So we want to thank Brady Elmer for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next, more Viking Halftime.
You've been tuned to Viking Profile, where we get to know one of this season's Colfax Viking players. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN 2. Now more Viking halftime entertainment.
When I arrived in the U.S. at 19, I struggled to find job opportunities without a high school diploma. Everything I have, my education, my career, my marriage, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and my teachers.
Your achievement has set an example for so many students. Most importantly, your daughter.
Education was the key that unlocked all my opportunities.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free adult education centers near you.
thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. So if you want to talk to your kids, you have to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. Now back to the stadium for second half action.
We come from a long line of farmers, and there's a sense of pride, but there's also a significant amount of pressure.
Farmers have to take care of their physical and their mental health, because what's a farm without a farmer?
Watching the sun come up, that's my time. I can have a cup of coffee, and every day is a new opportunity.
That's cool. Your hand's gotten so Yay!
Don't forget to check in on yourself. Love your mind.
And welcome back to Plum City High School, where the Elmwood Plum City Wolves have an 8-6 lead over the Colfax Vikings as we're getting close to starting the second half. They had a little bit of an extended halftime today with homecoming here. They had the homecoming court go by, and homecoming king for Elmwood Plum City is a name that's probably familiar to a lot of folks from Colfax. That was Tice Theory. And then they also had flag football played out. They went crossways on the field, and the band played, and all in all, it was a nice halftime here at Plum City. So we're just about ready to get things started. Let's take a quick look at how the first half went. It all started with the Vikings kicking off to the Wolves, but they pulled a little trickery and pulled the onside kick, and it was recovered by Drew Beekner. Vikings then drove the ball right down the field and scored a touchdown on a 1-yard run by Paulus. And Grant drove it just straight up the middle for that yard for the touchdown. Extra point attempt was no good. Then in the second half, following a fumble by the Vikings, the Wolves ran the ball in with 11:20 to go in the half as Logan Auth took the ball in from 1 yard out, and he also took the ball in on the 2-point conversion, making the score 8-6, and that's where we stand as we're getting ready to start the second half. Vikings will be receiving the second half kickoff. And it appears as though they will be going from right to left. So, Wolves are lining up to kick off. Again, Victor Plasenica, I think is how that would be pronounced, has the ball teed up. Back deep for the Vikings is Theo Hovde. And I'm looking to see if anybody else is back there. Oh, yes.
Beekner.
Drew Beekner now goes back there. And the Wolves are ready for the whistle. There it is. And the kick is going to head towards the sideline. Picked up by Beekner, and he gets it out across the 20 to the 30. He cuts back across the field. He's got some running room. He's got one man to beat. Penalty flag comes in, and Beekner is hauled down at the 45-yard line. And we have a penalty back around the 38-yard line, and it's going to be against the Vikings. And Cole Parzik is holding his hands up in disbelief. He's being called for a hold, I believe. So it's a holding call against the Vikings. And the ball is going to be placed at the 28-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Vikings at that point. Well, Dan, when that situation happens, you have to just figure it's just a little farther you have to drive for a touchdown.
Yeah, you know, sometimes the guys get kind of lost in the play there, like something like that, and just grab.
Especially when that's about where Beekner made his cross the field turn, and the guy chasing him goes with him, and the blocker doesn't know where he went, and he grabs on. Beekner in the motion. They give it to Paula straight up the middle, and he didn't get much. He got about a yard. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9. Neither team mounting a whole lot of offense after their respective touchdown drives. Vikings back at the line. Beekner goes in motion. Give to Hovde coming around the left side. He's got some room and gets taken down at about the 33-yard line. Or 43-yard line. Check that. And Hovde is down.
He took a pretty big hit there.
I think they're just letting him lay there to pick the grass off of his face mask. He's up now and doesn't seem to be any worse for wear. He kind of rototilled part of the turf that time with his face mask. So 1st down for the Vikings at the 42-yard line. Make it the 43. Johnson split wide to the right. Nichols wide to the left. Peterson waiting for the snap. Beekner goes in motion. Gives straight up the middle and out across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 3. Well, they're going to mark it right on the 45. It's a gain of 2. 2nd down 8. Vikings back up to the line. Again, Johnson to the left, Beekner to the right. Or not Beekner, Nichols to the right. Peterson keeps it himself, gets out across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 2. 3rd down and make it a gain of 3. 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, with the Wolves getting a little momentum at the end of the first half, and Colfax just try to keep them off the field for a little bit.
Peterson, the sophomore quarterback, puts Beekner in motion. Takes it himself, gets rid of the ball, tipped up in the air, and it falls to the ground. That was very close to being picked off. Peterson was hit just about the same time he released the ball. So 4th down and 5. Austin Coates back in punt formation. Brewer Link back deep to receive for the Wolves. Coates gets the kick away, and that's going to roll. Beekner trying to catch up with it, and he stops it at the 5. Nice hustle that time by Drew Beekner, getting down and stopping the ball.
Yeah, it took a favorable bounce for Colfax.
Beekner wasn't sure if that was going into the end zone or was crossing the 5, so he tipped it backwards just to be safe. It's at the 5-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Wolves. You know, when you bury an opponent deep in their own territory, statistics say that the defense has nearly as good a chance of scoring as the offense. Wolves come up to the line. Men are split out to the right side. Zeilinger keeps it himself. Straight up the middle, gets pulled down at around the 12.
Nichols on the tackle for Colfax.
That's a gain of, well, we'll call it 8. 2nd down 2. Ball's on the 8, on the 13. Wolves up to the line. Zeilinger steps in under center. Gives straight up the middle, driving the pile forward. That was off. And he gets it out to about the 20-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down for the Wolves. Brady Elmer coming off.
Yeah, both guards for the Wolves gotten a little push tonight.
Pitch this time to Oth. He loses the ball, and it might be recovered by the Vikings. They slid in there. And it is Viking ball at the 10-yard line. One of the first ones on the spot was Grant Cook. I'm not sure who came away with the ball, but Cook got his body in there and shielded it from some of the Wolves that were trying to get there. They've got the ball marked on the 12, 1st and 10 for the Vikings. They're up to the line of scrimmage. Beekner goes in motion. Give to Hovde, going off the left side, into the end zone. Touchdown Vikings.
Yeah, good run off the left side. The rest is all Hovde.
So Theo Hovde with an 12-yard run. Makes the score. Vikings 12 and the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 8. Vikings teeing the ball up for an extra point. Coates to attempt the extra point. There's a snap, the place, the kick. It's up and it's low. He hit a line drive that went under the crossbar. So the score is going to remain Vikings 12, EPC Wolves 8. And you're tuned to Viking football on NLWN 2.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings.
Colfax High School football action is coming your way on NLWN 2. Coming up on Friday, September 27th, the Colfax Vikings will take on the Glenwood City Hilltoppers at Colfax High School. Coverage begins at 6:40 p.m. with Viking preview. That's live Colfax Viking football on Friday, September 27th on NLWN 2.
7:39 remaining in the third quarter. and the Vikings have recaptured the lead 12-8 over the EPC Wolves.
Yeah, good, just power foot by Colfax.
Vikings are teeing the ball up. Beekner teeing it up. Coates back there as well. In addition, it's Zach Learmo back there. They have three guys that can do the kicking. This one's Coates kicking it. It comes down at about the 25-yard line. And he found a hole, and nobody's going to touch him. A 75-yard kickoff return. By Sean Sagini.
Yeah, nobody on the near side and found the gap.
And just like that, the Wolves are back on top. They're going to line up for a two-point conversion. Again, Manor split out to the right. Quick pop pass over the middle is caught. And it's good. I believe that was Sagini on the catch.
17.
Oh, 17. Check that. Robert Duffy on the catch. And so that makes it 16-12 as the Wolves have recaptured the lead and will be kicking off right after this timeout on NLWN2.
C&K Construction is your source for high-quality concrete and construction work in the Chippewa Valley. Established in 2014, C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls is a leading concrete contractor proud to serve Eau Claire, Altoona, Menominee, and surrounding areas. Specializing in concrete construction, excavating, flatwork poured walls, and much more, they're right for all of your concrete needs. Call C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls at 715-559-1335.
As the Elmwood Plum City Wolves are getting ready to kick off to the Vikings. Again, Hovde and Beekner are back deep to receive. And this kick is going to come up short, and it's going to roll over toward the sideline and went out of bounds. So it'll be Viking ball at the 35-yard line. Unless, of course, they make them kick it again. And the Vikings are going to take it at the 35. So it'll be 1st and 10. So that means the Vikings have to drive down the field again. Peterson waiting for the snap. He gets it, keeps it himself, pitches out to Hovde coming around the right side. Hovde turns on a burst of speed, gets knocked out of bounds about the 45-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 43-yard line, I think. That's exactly where they have it. So it's going to bring up 2nd down 2. Vikings at the line. Johnson to the near side. Nichols to the far. Gives straight up the and thumped almost as soon as he got the ball was Grant Paulus.
Big hit by 21 for the Wolves.
That was Logan Oth. Ball got marked back behind the 40. It's at the 39-yard line. It's going to be a loss of about 3, 3rd and 5. Or check that, it's 3rd and 6. Vikings at the line. And here comes Hovde around the end and got knocked out of bounds. Not much of a gain that time. It's going to bring up 4th down. And the punt team comes on for the Vikings.
Thought it was a late hit there, but the line for out of bounds is really close to the sideline.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room along the side here. So 4th down and a long 3. Coach back in punt formation. There's a snap. He gets the kick away. It's an end-over-end kick. Comes down and is going to roll to a stop at the 27-yard line. Make it the 28, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolves at that point. So the Viking defense looking to maybe come up with another big play. Wolves at the line. Geilinger under center. Gives straight up the middle to Oth, and he got nowhere that time. Maybe a yard.
Number 50 for Colfax on the tackle, along with 62.
Brady Elmer was number 50. Wolves come up to the line. Pitch to Oth going around the left side. Penalty flag comes in. That's going to be a hold. Taken down at about the 40-yard line is Oth. But it's going to be a holding call, and it was Brett Kopp who committed the crime. That's something when a cop commits a crime.
That's right.
So the ball gets marched back to the 19-yard line. Bring up a 2nd down and about 19. From the 19. And to give off the right side or left side. And he was down by contact. That was Kober. He lost it after he hit the ground.
I think that ball.
But it was tempting there. It came squirting out.
Yeah, I think that ball's getting a little damp there.
It feels dampish here. .435 and counting to go in the 3rd quarter. Wolves have a 16-12 lead over the Vikings. Sagini split out wide to the left. They've got slots on both sides, and we have a timeout being called by the Wolves. So with a timeout on the field, it's the Wolves 16, Vikings 12, and you're tuned to Viking football on NLWN 2.
It's getting to that time of year again. Time for the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV to present our Halloween Spooktacular 2024. Join us at 7 p.m. on Halloween night by the light of the Jack-o'-lantern as we bring you some of the best in Halloween-themed old-time radio programs, including The Jack Benny Show and the Halloween Masquerade Party, Dragnet, and the episode entitled The Werewolf, The Lives of Harry Lime starring Orson Welles, and Suspense with The Bride Vanishes. So join me on our Halloween Spooktacular at 7 p.m. Halloween night on NLWN TV.
For a team approach to managing your finances with over 70 years of experience and 12 locations, Derry State Bank has built a reputation for helpful customer service and support. While our service ethic is old-fashioned, our products and services are not. We offer a full range of loan programs as well as online banking, mobile deposit, and transaction alerts to fit your busy lifestyle. Derry State Bank, banking on relationships, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
And we're back here at Plum City High School. Wolves send slots out on both sides. Zeilinger under center. Pitches it out, looking to throw. Otha's looking to throw. He's got his man, and it's complete. Hovde right there on the hit and taken down at right about the first down marker. And it is a first down at the 38-yard line. So it's a pitch to Oth, who's set and throw.
Yeah, well-designed play there.
And we got the chain still moving. Now they're set. Zeilinger pitches to Oth going to the left side. He got met at the 40 and falls forward to about the 42. Beekner on the tackle. They're going to mark it at the 41. So, second down, 7 for the Wolves. And a little bit of early movement that time by the Wolves. That was Sagini.
Got a little too anxious.
Sean Sagini on taking off a little too early. Backs things up. Makes it 2nd and 12. I formation, give to the up back, and that's Oth, and he goes forward to about the 49-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9. And Brady Elmer is going to come off.
Got kind of twisted up in the bottom of the pile.
In to replace him is Jacob Wall. I think in the process of getting twisted, his knee brace got moved around on him a little bit. Looks like he's trying to get it adjusted. So 3rd and 9 for the Wolves as they come up to the line. Manor split out wide to the left. I formation. And the Wolves want to talk it over. Something's not what they like, and they want to discuss it. So, with a timeout on the field, it's the Wolves 16, Vikings 12 is your tune to Viking football on NLWN2.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous.
He's here. He's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
Why?
My.
Oh.
To be able to do something like that is going to take a lot of people. It's not going to be, one or two people to put a cabin together like this.
Country Haven Farms is fundraising to complete our cabin. Please consider donating. Every dollar received is greatly appreciated and will have a positive impact on the lives of the veterans we serve. Individual, family, and corporate sponsorships are available at all levels. To make a donation or sponsorship, please visit our website or give us a call.
Wolves at the line of scrimmage. Zillinger fakes the toss, now carries it around the left side, gets hit at the 40, breaks a tackle, gets out to the 45-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 3.
I think it was Paulus got in the backfield and jumped, and so he couldn't get the pass off.
I think you're right. I think he disrupted the play. Zillinger, 5'10", 170-pound senior. And we have a whistle.
Another timeout.
And that's the last timeout for the Wolves. And they used them all in the third quarter. So with a timeout on the field, it's the Wolves 16, Vikings 12 on NLWN 2.
To be able to do something like that is going to take a lot of people. It's not going to be, one or two people to put a cabin together like this.
Country Haven Farms is fundraising to complete our cabin. Please consider donating. Every dollar received is greatly appreciated and will have a positive impact on the lives of the veterans we serve. Individual, family, and corporate sponsorships are available at all levels. To make a donation or sponsorship, please visit our website or give us a call.
Once the cabin is built, it's just going to be such a relaxing place to go.
4th down, 3 yards to go for the Wolves. They're showing punt formation. Vikings with one person back deep. They do get the kick away just barely. Beekner getting away from it. And it's going to roll dead down around the 15-yard line. And it's going to be the Vikings ball, 1st and 10 at the 15.
Yeah, the Wolves defense is kind of held up here in the second half, and I think that's what their coach was thinking about. Instead of giving Colfax a short field, maybe.
I think you got a good point there, Dan. If the Vikings are going to have to score, they're going to have to drive 85 yards to do it.
One thing I haven't seen lately is that little hook for Austin Coates. Nichols. We got a player down, though.
And, yes, there's one of the Wolves down on the field. And coaches are coming out to tend to him. While they do that, let's take this time out on NLWN 2.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
And going off the field under his own power was Victor Pasenica. And the Vikings come up to the line of scrimmage. They're at the 13-yard line. Give straight up the middle to Paulus, and he got it out near the 15. going to be a gain of a couple. He has not had a lot of running room tonight. In fact, they mark it as no gain. So it's back at the 13, second down 10.
Yeah, that front four of the Wolves have been holding up. They've made a little progress going on the outside. See if we go back over there.
Vikings up to the line. Nichols split out wide to the right. Beekner goes in motion. They give it to Hovde coming around the near side, but they pulled him down in the backfield.
58 on the tackle for the Wolves.
Tice Theory on the tackle. And that's a loss of several. Trying to see where they spotted it. Third down 13, so it's back on the 10-yard line. And a give off the right side to Beekner, and he didn't get much running room. It's going to be 4th and long.
Yeah, so that worked out for the Wolves.
And that's going to be the end of the third quarter with the score. The EPC Wolves 16, Vikings 12 on NLWN 2.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
to learn more or to help financially, find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
One scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
When the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when. Take control. 1. Assess your needs. 2. Make a plan. 3. Engage your support network. Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell.
4th down, 13 yards to go for the Vikings. And Austin Coates back in punt formation.
They should. They probably get it if they threw the ball.
Coates waiting for the ball. Finally gets it. Gets a kick off the side of his foot. It's going to roll out of bounds at the 32-yard line of the Vikings. So good field position. As you said, Dan, that last exchange of possessions worked out in favor of the Wolves quite well.
Yeah, you know, they had the 2 timeouts back-to-back, and then I thought, man, they would probably want to save those, but I think it worked out just fine.
So now the Viking defense needs to come up with a big play.
No, it wasn't. No. Okay. Running back. We'll rewind it. Ask if you can record.
And now they're at the line of scrimmage.
Let him talk.
Zeilinger under center, gives it straight up the middle to Oth. He got across the 30 down to about the 28-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 5. Make it 4. Second down 6.
I feel like this is kind of a big stop right here.
Yeah, this could be a turning point right here.
Fumble all the way to the crib. To the crib.
And second down 6. Zeilinger keeps it himself. Around the right end, and he's pulled down across the 20. Should be enough for a first down, and it is. At the 18-yard line. First and 10. $10:50 remaining in the game. Wolves come up to the line. Manor to the near side. They're tight on the far side. Give to Auth, straight up the middle. It breaks through, takes it into the end zone. Logan Auth with an 18-yard touchdown run. Makes the score 22-12.
Get down.
Yeah, that right side of the line for the Wolves has been tough tonight.
What's up with you and denting roofs? Oh, really? That's Rick, dude. That's Rick.
So they're going to go for 2.
Yes, they are. Zeilinger keeps it himself, straight up the middle, and gets the 2-point conversion.
Man, am I glad I graduated. Do it. Let's streak right now. Let's give Rick a show. All right. Dude, if they can get some blockers, we don't need that.
So,
that's how Theo got hurt.
24-12, Wolves leading the Vikings on NLWN 2.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Sometimes in life, in order to move forward, it helps to look back.
To learn from the pioneers and trailblazers.
To gain inspiration from those who came before us.
To show us what it means to act with empathy and to show that love has no labels.
Join WWE and Love Has No Labels throughout the year in celebrating people from all communities and heritages.
Because when love has no labels,
that's a love we can all fight for.
Hovde and Beekner are back deep for the Vikings. Here's the kick. It's going to come down. Or check that. That was Coates. As he's got it up across the 20 to the 25, taken down at about the 27-yard line. First and 10 for the Vikings.
All right, see if they can put a drive together here.
And one that doesn't take too long with 10:22 remaining in the game.
I'd like to see them go back to that little short hook that they had for Nichols in the first quarter.
They since that first drive, they really haven't tried any passing. They had a couple that came close to getting picked off. Peterson waiting for the ball. Drops straight back, looking downfield. Fires it. He's got Nichols, and he's out. He dropped the ball. He had Nichols open right about the 45-yard line, and it went right through his hands.
Dylan,
that's what we talked about.
Their hands, not their body.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. Nichols was pretty well covered, but he had a half a step on him. He was able to hang on to the ball. He wasn't going to take it to the house, but he was going to put them in pretty good position. Beekner splitting out into the wing on the left side. Peterson gives it to Paulus, who got wrestled down after a gain of about 2. Actually, a loss of about a yard. Paulus just has not had any running room tonight.
Yeah, I think they got to try to stay away from that middle and use the outside edges.
But when they run Hovde, they've got to stop doing it to the near side. They've got to give them some room to make some kind of move. All right, slots on both sides. Beekner in the slot on the left, Hovde in the slot on the right. Looking downfield. Pass is complete to Nichols. He breaks a tackle. He's across the 45 and taken down at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, I think they knew that they had something on that last play, and they just went right back to it.
They're going to mark it at the 44-yard line. I'll be honest with you. I thought Nichols had better forward progress than that. Nichols out to the right. Johnson to the left. Paulus to the right of Peterson, who gets the snap, pitches it to Beekner. Beekner trying the right side, splits a couple and gets it down close to the 35-yard line. They're going to mark it on the 35. That's real close to a first down. Third and short yard. Vikings up to the line. Hovde in the backfield. Now they shift. Hovde going over to the right wing. Beekner in the backfield. And now we have a whistle and a delay of game call being called against the Vikings. That's going to make it 2nd and 6 instead of 2nd and 1.
Yeah, not the time for a penalty right now.
This is part of what Coach and I were talking about in the coach's corner, the shooting themselves in the foot. So the Vikings up to the line at 2nd and 6. Peterson shifts the backs again. Give to Beekner coming around the right side, and he's pulled down in the backfield.
Yeah, the Wolves are ready for that one.
Beekner wanted a face mask call, but he didn't get it. Taken down back at the 47-yard line. That's going to be a third down and about 13, 12. So 3rd and long. Hovde splitting out into the slot. Peterson drops back, fires it deep. He's got Nichols. He's got it! Down at the 24-yard line. Mark at the 25, but a first down for the Vikings.
Yeah, a little man coverage, and he got over top of him.
Nichols likes to go up for those 50-50 balls, and he'll battle for them. 1st and 10 at the 25. 6:55 remaining. Give to Paulus, trying the middle, and he got across the 25 down to about the 23-yard line. Gain of a couple. 2nd down 8.
Clock continues to move.
So 2nd and 8. Vikings getting close to the red zone. They're at the 23. Peterson looking towards the end zone. Up in the air, it's incomplete. Hovde caught it, but not before he went out of bounds.
We got a flag, though.
Personal foul being called against the Wolves. That's going to give the Vikings a first down at, it looks like about the 10-yard line. From our angle, it's really hard to tell. Dan, can you see the stripe on your monitor? You can get closer than my eyeballs can.
Oh, I would say 22, 23.
No, they're down around the 10. And now we have a whistle and a timeout called by the Vikings. So with a timeout on the field, it's the Wolves 24, Vikings 12 with 6:07 remaining. And you're tuned to Viking football on NLWN 2.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused.
A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out that self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and your mental health.
Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Vikings have the ball, first down on the 12-yard line of the Wolves. Quick pitch out to Hovde going to the left side. He takes a juke step to the inside, cuts it to the outside, got across the 10, and it looks like he's down at about the 8-yard line.
I don't know if Colfax wanted a penalty on that. Yeah, they like grabbed the back of his helmet and throw him down. So coaches are talking to the rest.
I would suspect that they would have tactfully said something. Vikings back up to the line of scrimmage. Nichols split out to the near side. Toss towards the end zone. Hovde has it in the end zone. Touchdown. 8-yard touchdown pass to Hovde.
Yeah, they found that man coverage again.
And that makes the score 24-18 with the Wolves on top. So now I would suspect the Vikings will be going for 2. And they are. Peterson is under center this time. Takes a snap. Pitches it out. Going around the left end is Paulus, and he does not get there. So, with 5:14 remaining in the game, it's the Wolves 24, Vikings 18, and you're tuned to Viking football on NLWN 2.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Oh boy.
our back and forth, it always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
Vikings getting ready to kick off. We've been talking up here about whether they'll try the onside kick again, but the Wolves are ready for it. They've got the hands team out there. And it's a kickoff towards the sideline. It is fumbled, and I think the Vikings came up with it. Theo Hovde dove on the fumble ball. It was a muff kick by Saganini, and the Vikings have the ball.
Yeah, I think he thought he had it. And just the second effort by Hovde.
He took his eye off it. I think he heard footsteps. Took his eye off the ball. It went right through his hands. And the Vikings come up with it at the 32-yard line.
Colfax is in business.
Vikings offense back on the field. Snap. We have illegal procedure being called on the Vikings, and I think they're going to call it on the on the guard on the right side or left side. He took a step back before going into his stance. I'm surprised they called it, to be honest with you. Usually that's just a guy getting his footing. So it's 1st and 15 for the Vikings as the ball is placed down at the 37-yard line. 37-yard line of the Wolves. Give straight up the middle, and there's nothing there. Paulus finding tough sledding, and a penalty marker comes flying in late. And we'll see personal foul against the Vikings. And the Viking fans don't like that call at all.
Yeah, I'm not for sure what it was. There was only one guy in the bottom of the pile for the Vikings, and it was all Wolves fans or players around him.
And a 15-yarder against the Vikings. Penalty came after the play, so it's 2nd down and, well, to quote our broadcast partner Jay Fall, 2nd and Augusta. And the throw is deep. Hovde can't come up with it. Made a diving effort, couldn't come up with the ball.
This is it right now.
4:36.
They have to get some yards. We go, Colfax. Let's go. Go, get it in.
Vikings come up to the line. Nichols to the near side, Johnson to the far side. Slots on both sides. Peterson drops back, looking downfield. He fires it downfield, looking for Hovde, and it's not intercepted. Saganini had it in his hands but couldn't hang on.
Yeah, Hovde had to play a little defense there.
And they're going to send the punt team out on the field. 4th down and about 30, so that makes sense.
It's like Colfax has 2 timeouts left.
With 4:28 to go, Snap, drops it. Coates has got to run. He's still on his feet, trying to get rid of the ball, and he's going to go down. And that went from bad to worse. Austin Coates couldn't quite handle the snap. It fell at his feet, and by the time he picked it up, he was pretty well swarmed under. Back at the 26-yard line, 27-yard line of the Vikings, and the Wolves will have it.
Yeah, Vikings got to come up with a turnover right here. The ball is a little damp, so if they can get a hand in there and strip it.
Wolves at the line. Give to Auth. Straight up the middle. Vikings trying to pull the ball out. Auth keeps his feet going and hangs on to the ball. Gets taken down all the way down to the 14-yard line, 13-yard line. 4:10 remaining. (24-18). Wolves on top. Vikings need a stop. We have an official timeout. I think Theo's getting his shoe tied or something.
Those refs got to do it all. Tie shoes. Call a game.
Well, Theo's got his hands all wrapped up and probably wouldn't be able to tie his shoes until next week, Tuesday. And Zillinger takes it around the right side for a gain of about 3.
I got faked out there. It's at 21.
Yeah, you thought it was going to Auth.
Yeah.
They're going to mark it on the 9. Second down 6.
Yeah, that interior of Colfax has to get tough right now.
Manor split out to the near side. Zeilinger hands it up the middle, and into the end zone goes Auth for the touchdown. That'll make it 30-18. So the Wolves come up to the line. And the give straight up the middle. And it's good. This is Kober on the carry.
But yeah, we had a little extra help up here tonight. Thanks to Dylan.
Dylan Heedle is always a help wherever he goes. Not sure what kind of help he is, but he's always a help.
Cameron Molina helping down below.
Well, he's spotting for Dylan is what he's doing. So 32-18. Wolves have the lead over the Vikings. Yes, Dan, as I pick up this clipboard, you can see there is a lot of moisture.
Yeah, it is getting humid down there.
Hey, don't forget that coming up next week is homecoming week at Colfax. And the first homecoming parade in 30 years is going to be held on Friday at 5:30, followed by the homecoming game and then the homecoming dance at the school. That's homecoming week next week at Colfax. Here's the kick. It's going to come down to Beekner, and it's going to go in the end zone. So the ball's going to come out to the 20-yard line. It's still only the 20 in high school. Well, let's see how the Vikings are with their quick strike offense.
Yeah,
With 2:34 remaining.
2 timeouts, maybe use the sideline a little bit, stop the clock.
Nichols coming out to the near side, Johnson to the far side. Peterson waiting for the ball, dropping back, looking downfield, fires it deep, and the Wolves claim they intercepted it. And it looks like they did. I'm trying to catch the number.
Number 2.
That would be Caleb Kopp. Came up with the interception at the 44-yard line of the Vikings.
Yeah, just a 50-50 ball.
It's tough to throw a 50-50 ball when you've got Theo Hovde out there, and he's one of the shorter guys on the team.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad pass. Just
it was into a lot of traffic. Wolves at the line, give straight up the middle, and getting it down to the 41-yard line is Kober.
We got a timeout.
And we do have a timeout on the field. So with a timeout on the field, 2:14 remaining in the game, it's the Wolves 32, Vikings 18, and you're tuned to Viking football on NLWN 2. Yeah, Dan just said the paleontologists have been wrong for years. Now we know why the dinosaurs became extinct.
Yeah. Well.
All right, second down and 7 for the Wolves at the Viking 41-yard line. I'd be incredibly surprised if we saw the Wolves put the ball in the air. Seilinger under center. Keeping it himself, coming around the near side. Taken down in the backfield. And a timeout being called by the Vikings. That'll be their third and final timeout with 2:02 remaining. Want to remind you that on Tuesday, the Viking volleyball team will host the Elk Mound Mounders with the varsity match beginning at 7 p.m. Then on Thursday, the Vikings will host the Clear Lake Warriors with the varsity match beginning at 7. That's all part of homecoming week next week with the volleyball team. And Dan, here's one for you. The Colfax Elk Mound girls golf team is going to travel down to Osseo on Tuesday morning on Tuesday afternoon beginning at 4 p.m., followed by the conference tournament Thursday at the Halley Golf Club starting at 8 a.m.
Well, girls, just watch out for number 4. Number 4, green. Okay, it's enough of that. Not to scare you at all.
All right, 3rd down and 12 for the Wolves. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Give straight up the middle to Oth. Driving forward across the 40 down to the 38-yard line is going to bring up 4th down. Minute 53 to go. Colfax can't stop the clock. Wolves are up to the line. Minute 25 remaining. Clock is running. Zeilinger under center. Give straight up the middle again. Zeilinger carries it himself instead, and he's close to the 1st down. Let's see where they mark it. And I don't think he got it. And they're stopping the clock with 1:10 to go as they're going to take a measurement. I think they're short. If they make the 1st down, that'll be the game, because Vikings cannot stop the clock. So the sticks go out. And they stretch the chain. And he says 1st down. The referee, Randy Johnson, signals 1st down for the Wolves. So now a couple of kneel downs, and that'll pretty much do it. Wolves are about to pick up their 1st win of the season. Vikings are going to drop to 0-3 in the conference. Zeilinger takes a snap and takes a knee. About 50 seconds remaining. They'll have to snap it one more time. Don't forget, when this is over, we will have Viking postgame coming for you. And Zeilinger takes a knee one more time, and that should do it. Players are shaking hands and getting ready to shake hands at midfield. And the final score is going to be the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 32, Vikings 18. And we'll be back with Viking postgame right after this timeout on NLWN2.
You have been tuned to Colfax Viking football, live on NLWN2. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network in conjunction with Colfax High School, and is intended for the enjoyment of the viewing and listening audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction in part or in whole without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC and Colfax High School is prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Post Game.
Have you ever helped a fellow veteran?
Yes. I do my best reaching out to my brothers and sisters in arms.
Have you ever asked for help yourself?
Most of us, we're not gonna admit that we need to help.
You don't have someone to kind of help you guide those thoughts. It can be really bad.
It's just a beautiful space when someone can trust you and say, listen, I need help.
Time now for Viking postgame with a look back at today's Colfax Viking football game. And now, back out to the stadium and Viking postgame.
And we're back here at Plum City High School, and Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow. And the Vikings kind of drop a heartbreaker tonight because they were in this game until about the last half of the fourth quarter as they drop one to the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 32-18. We did get handed some stats, and I'm not exactly sure how much that's going to help us because they don't total them. And they're not complete by any stretch. Oh, wait a minute. These stats are not even close to being complete. So, Dan, I'm going to hand those to you because those stats are saying that Grant Paulus had 2 carries, and I know that he had a lot more than 2 carries, and most of them were for about a yard. But at any rate, the Vikings put up a pretty good effort tonight and just weren't able to make it work. Let's take a real quick look at the scoring plays, and then we'll let Dan talk about this a little bit. It started off with the Vikings pulling off on the opening kickoff an onside kick, which they recovered, drove the ball down the field, and Grant Paulus took it into the end zone on a 1-yard run. The extra point attempt was no good, and the Vikings had their first lead of the season, 6-0. Then in the second quarter, Logan Auth scored on a 1-yard run. He also scored on the extra point attempt, making the score the Wolves 8, Vikings 6. In the second half, following a fumble recovery, Theo Hovde took it in on a 12-yard run. The extra point attempt was no good, and the Vikings retook the lead 12-8, but that lead was very short-lived because on the ensuing kickoff, a 75-yard kickoff return by Saganini went all the way to the house, and the pass for the 2-point conversion was good, giving the Wolves a 16-12 lead. Nice hand for the Vikings coming out of the end zone by the Colfax faithful that are here. Then in the fourth quarter, there was quite a bit of action. An 18-yard run by Auth, and Zillinger took it in on a 2-point conversion, making it 24-12. The Wolves on top with 10:29 remaining in the game. With 5:14 to go in the game, however, an 8-yard pass to Hovde made it 24-18. And then the Vikings had a chance. They had they recovered a muffed kick, but then went backwards and kind of, again, shot themselves in both feet that time. And that was followed up by, with 2:37 remaining, an 8-yard run by Auth. And Kaber took the ball in on the run, making the score 32-18, and that was our final score today. Dan, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think the playbook for Colfax is starting to open up here, see some shots down the field, and which definitely worked tonight. And I think they just couldn't get the running game up the middle to do anything, and that was, I thought, kind of the key of the game is the interior running.
Yeah, the Vikings Paulus just had nowhere to go when he tried to carry the ball up the middle, and you're not going to get very far if you can't do that. They can test the outside, and it did work for them about 50% of the time, but the other 50% of the time it either went no gain or thrown for a loss.
Yeah, and I thought the Wolves just kind of stayed to their game plan, and that's what got them the win.
So that's the way it ends up here at Plum City, with the Wolves taking the victory. Want to remind you about a couple of other things that I was talking about earlier. The Viking boys and girls cross-country teams will compete in the 21-team Cadott Invitational on Tuesday at the Whispering Pines Golf Course in Cadott. Action gets underway at 4:30 p.m. Then on Friday, they will compete in the 34-team Marshfield Invitational at River's Edge Golf Course. Action starts at 7:30 p.m. Don't forget to join us right here on NLWN2 for the annual Colfax Viking High School homecoming football game next Friday, as the Vikings will play host to the Glenwood City Hilltoppers. Our coverage begins with Viking preview at 6:40, followed by live play-by-play action. Tonight's Colfax Viking High School game has been brought to you by Dairy State Bank, where they're banking on relationships. Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for Western Wisconsin. Anderson Bridges, who have been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. Slayton's Technology, IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Menominee Eye and Optical, with quality, personalized care for you and your family. C&K Construction, concrete experts for the Chippewa Valley. And Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors by doing a little business with them for bringing you Colfax Viking football on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN2. So for Dan Petchow, this is Rick Olson. Our final score once again, the Elmwood Plum City Wolves 32 and the Vikings 18. You've been tuned to Viking Postgame on NLWN2.
You've been tuned to Viking Postgame with a look back at today's Colfax Viking football game. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN2, along with Colfax High School. Check out our upcoming broadcast schedule at www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com.